what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the channel, and in today's video we got a brand new top 5 for you guys. Season 2 Reloaded is finally here, man, in Warzone. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of changes that actually came down to the patch notes, dealing with a lot of SMGs, somewhat of snipers, and really much of not like the important stuff. But we're really gonna be talking about is the new best SMGs right now that's dealing in Warzone. So of course, if you guys are brand new to the channel, man, trying to look for some good loadouts for the SMGs, always remember to do is drop a like, hit the subscribe button as a brand new, comment down below, and don't forget to hit that bell icon for the brand new videos I'll be posting on the channel. Now let's hop right into today's loadout for them. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the first gun we're gonna be talking about is the Armagua. Listen, if I'm saying it wrong, I'm saying it wrong, but hey, listen, this is the brand new SMG that a lot of people are probably gonna start using, like maybe like the first day, a couple days. But hey, I actually got it maxed out, as you guys can see, and I think this 100% is the perfect class setup for it. Now, if you guys actually don't know anything about all the attachments, it comes down to it. This is, I'm just gonna show you guys is all the attachment is for this new SMG that you guys actually might like it for it. So of course, for 100% for the most, you gotta rock is the recoil booster for your plus fire rate, which actually does increase the fastest TTK for any type of gun that's done with some close range type of fight. Now for the barrel is which it comes down to 100% the most. Now it's either you can rock this barrel 100%, or you can rock is somewhat of this barrel, which actually is the precision barrel, or the third barrel. Now it comes down to like the second and the first one. It's really no point if it's really from like mostly like you low levels, but 100% when you get to like maybe this barrel right here, which I don't know exactly what level you get this barrel unlocked, but I 100% would say that you can either rock this barrel or the 4th or 5th one. But I think a lot of you guys might actually rock is the 4th barrel, which it actually kind of reminds me of kind of like the Strata barrel or like the Weld gun, which actually kind of controls like the recoil for any type of range itself. You 100% want to rock this barrel, which legit helps with long range type of fights itself. Dealing with this SMG, I think this is more of like an AR build. Like the whole scenery of it, the recoil for it is pretty much good in Vanguard, and especially when it comes down to Warzone. I did try this class out in like a pre-game lobby, since you guys already know like you can't start up a rebirth lobby unless if you do play like trios. I heard apparently like legit is by far the best barrel for this one. Now optic, it's up to you guys to like if you want to rock us like a slight reflector. The iron sights is pretty much good on it, but not really, because it kind of gives me like the Woodley iron sights itself. 100% will rock the folding stock, which actually does help us with your sprint to fire and plus movement speed. Now coming down to the perks, now it's either if you for a course for a low level, will rock as of course is your hard scope, which she does control is for your recoil control. But once you get down to your last perk, which is actually the vital perk, everybody know how good the vital perk is in Warzone and in Vanguard. Legit, it does a crazy amount of damage coming down to it. So I 100% will rock as vital, and of course it's quick, especially for coming down for an SMG. Rear grip, I 100% would say was rock as your course is your leather grip, of course, or if you guys want to rock as your fabric grip, but you are losing your accuracy for any type of long range type of fight, but you actually do get your sprint to fire and of course your hip fire recovery. Magazine, now this is a little bit kind of tricky. Now there's really no point of rocking is of course is the 34 short round mag, because you do get as your plus fire rate, bullet velocity, and damage of course, but you do have as a short magazine in it. Now this is probably only good for maybe like courses solos or duos, not really much of trios and quads, especially if you're getting pushed by like a full team. A 34 round mag is really not that good for any type of good fights itself. One-on-one of course maybe, but getting a whole full team pushing you, it's not that kind of good. So 100% will probably rock is your 42 round mag. Now it's not even want to rock is your 60, but you do lose your ADS speed with it, not really necessarily, and of course just your movement speed. So of course everybody will want to rock right now is your 42 round fast mag. By far is like one of the best attachment for this gun. You do not lose anything for it, and of course you actually can reload quickly. Of course, for the ammunition, you want to rock is of course is hollow point. Now they actually did kind of say a little bit about the hollow point round mags for it, but I still think it's a little bit good. It's not really nothing OD, and especially if they do kind of nerf, if you guys do feel like a little bit of a difference with the hollow point, kind of just rock as your course is your elite perk. This is actually a pretty good for if you want to rock us like an AR build for this SMG itself. And of course with your on the barrel, you want to rock as your course is your hand stop, which is your recoil control and your accuracy. By far, like I said, I think this is the perfect build for this new SMG if you guys of course just want to start ranking it up and kind of just try it out once you do actually unlock it, just to try to see if you will actually lock it. Alright, so our next gun we're going to be talking about is of course is the Weld gun. Now we already know that they actually nerfed like legit a little bit of the railgun. But I just still think this is still one of the most overpowered builds as it comes down to it. I don't think the railgun is gonna get like a major nerf in the nearest future, but they kind of made it almost like seem like when it comes down to the magazine, the barrel of course, they kind of made it seem like they got like a little nerf, but not really much of an OD nerf. So this is still one of the best subs as it comes down to the railgun to this day. There's no point of changing any type of gun attachment for it. It's legit still the best one. If you guys think a little bit different of it, kind of just take off is the shorter barrel and kind of just walk as your Gwenin barrel, which actually just helps with your plus fire rate. This is more of just like an up close range type of build. Not really much of a long range type of fight build, because of course for the recoil itself, it kind of does take a little bit of a lot, but most definitely just rocking your shorter barrel. Legit, you guys won't think a little bit different of it. Alright guys, so the next gun we're going to be talking about is, of course, the Owen gun. Now, everybody likes the Owen gun. I don't know what's so popular about this Owen gun, but hey, legit, if it works for you guys, it might just work for everybody, especially for you guys that don't like the Owen gun. So, for the 100% for the muzzle, you still want to rocket your plus fire rate for your recoil booster. Now, the barrel is up to you guys, but I don't think the Owen gun really necessarily needs a barrel. Now, kind of done with like up close range type of fight, I will 100% recommend is the rapid barrel, which will just help us with your plus fire rate, your hip fire accuracy, but you also is losing is your damage, your strength of fire, and your ADS speed coming down to it. Most of the time, people don't really care about that stuff. They just want to like a class up that is kind of really just meant for like the TTK, and I think 100% this is most definitely is a build that's done with faster TTK, but it all depends on if you can land your shots. Now, coming down to a long range type of fights itself, this is recommendedly not a good build for it. Now, up close, you 100% gonna delete somebody, especially if they have it's like the MP40, the Weld gun of course, and just anything that's kind of dealing with like some new meta that's coming along the way that we might actually see in the nearest future as well. Optic, a lot of you guys probably gonna 100% will probably not recommend the slight reflector. I don't know like what's this new optic that everybody's been using. Oh, I think it's this one right here. It's the slight 2.5 custom. Everybody's just rather just use this one because you can see over the magazine itself, which I think that's the only problem about the Weld gun that a lot of people don't like about it. But I will 100% say that this is actually is a good build for the Weld gun, especially since a lot of people, not the Weld gun, the Owen gun, since a lot of people might actually want to start using the Owen gun now, since the Weld gun apparently, like the other guns have been like kind of nerfed that's coming down to the SMGs. Alright, so the next gun we're going to be talking about is of course the OTS-9. Now we already know the OTS-9 is still like one of the top SMGs. Now I really don't know, man, if a lot of you guys might actually go back to using some Cold War guns or some modern warfare guns. But if you guys do want to go back to a Cold War gun, I 100% would recommend the OTS-9. I still think it's still by far the best SMG that coming out from the Cold War category from this selection, because some of the Vanguard guns to you guys might think it might not be it, but I still think by far the Cold War guns, not even just for Cold War gun, but from the Cold War SMG categories, it's still one of the best ones coming out from the Vanguard and in modern warfare as well. So best SMG by far, I still think it's the OTS-9. Here's a good class setup for any of you guys that want to rock for the OTS-9. It's still good for its damage, its range, anything that's kind of done with like some up close. Despite if you are running against maybe like an MP40, which a lot of people might see make it their new favorite, since it really didn't get touched in the new update itself, you might still think that the MP40 is still best. But I would 100% would think if you would use an OTS over an MP40, it might can outgun it, but it all depends on who you're going up against. So depending on the gunfight, the OTS and the MP40 is a little bit of a 50-50, but the OTS is still gonna be your number one favorite from the Cold War category. Alright guys, so the last gun we got is the Lapa SMG. Now everybody know, man, like the Lapa is like a very slept on gun, and I will 100% would say that this is by far is the number one best class up for the Lapa. I won't say that this is the best Cold War gun, because I already said that the OTS-9 is still like the best Cold War gun out of all the category as itself, but it's just most like the slept on gun that a lot of people should start using right now. So by far I would 100% say the muzzle for your AT suppressor is the best one coming out for it. The rifle barrel is the somewhat of the best one. Now of course you might want to say your combat barrel is the best one because you are getting a little bit of your damage, your horizontal vehicle control and everything for it, but you are losing like the most important thing is your plus fire rate and your fishing and your vertical vehicle control, which is legit just not good for it. So I 100% would say the rifle barrel is the best one because you of course is getting your damage and your plus fire rate, but this is really not of a good gun when it comes down for like long range type of medium range type of fight. This is more of like your up close type of range. So you guys see like how all the YY kids are using like the Lapa. Well, this is the barrel that they are using for it, and it actually kind of like the least up close range. So I 100% would say the rifle barrel is really good for it. You might want to say like the other barrels is kind of good, like your 50 damage, your ranger barrel, your reinforced, and like all these other ones, but they're not really good because you're losing like everything that's really mostly important as it comes down to it. Now, if you don't have the rifle barrel unlocked, use your ranger barrel 100%. It's really no point of using like your reinforced, or if you want to rocket your extended barrel. It's none of these other barrels are really good besides the rifle barrel. I'm 100% gonna tell you guys for the best one comes down to it. The iron sights is really a bit of a kind of like a smushed in, so 100% would recommend is your microflex LED for your optic. Magazine is up to you guys if you guys want to rock as a 40 round. If you guys have a low level type of class setup, if you guys got to max out, 100% would recommend is a standard 50 round magazine. And of course for your underbarrel, you guys want to recommend is rocking is your bruiser grip. The Lapa actually does have a good hip fire when it actually comes down to it, and especially for the movement speed itself. The mobility is a little bit kind of a chalk because you don't have it as like of a good kind of like movement going through the map, but it is really good coming down for your hip fire, and especially for the movement while aiming down safe for it as well. So that really is mostly it, man. I hope you guys do enjoy today's video, man. If you guys did get any type of good class setup out of any of these guns and actually use them in game, man, just really do is drop a like on the video. It actually does help out the video as well. But I'm wrap up if you guys do enjoy today's video. But as always, enjoy the rest of you guys' day.